Monosodium glutamate, better known as MSG, does not have a great reputation. People lost their taste for this flavor additive back in 1968 when a letter appeared in the New England Journal of Medicine, an anecdotal account by a physician who had been eating in a Chinese restaurant and described palpitations and a feeling of numbness and fatigue after he had dined. And he suggested that these symptoms may be due to monosodium glutamate, which was widely used as an additive in Chinese food. The press got a hold of this and coined the term Chinese restaurant syndrome. The fact is that sensitivity to MSG is quite rare. Maybe 1 to 2% of the population experiences some small degree of sensitivity. So the fear is based more on emotion than on fact. In a fascinating survey of 800 adults in the US who were divided into categories of either being MSG avoiders or MSG adherents, people who didn't care that they ate MSG, and they were given quizzes about the science of MSG. Well, interestingly, it turned out that the people who did the worst on those quizzes were the ones who were most confident that they had gotten the majority of the questions right. And furthermore, the MSG avoiders were more confident in their results than the ones who didn't mind eating MSG. Interestingly also, the MSG avoiders based their experience on what they had read online. Not a high percentage of them had personal problems with MSG. They had just been exposed to so much negative information that they believed it all. You can get a lot of bad information online. You should understand also that glutamic acid, of which MSG is a salt, is a very common amino acid. It occurs widely in cheese. You can find it in mushrooms, and you can find it in tomatoes. Yet, nobody talks about pizza syndrome, right? Even though from the combination of cheese, mushrooms, tomatoes, you get more monosodium glutamate than you would get when it is used as an additive. Now, this does not necessarily mean, of course, that I'm in big favor of using MSG as an additive. I don't have any significant worry about the chemical itself, but it is usually added to foods of questionable nutritional quality. It is added usually to ultra-processed foods. That may be a concern. But the whole Chinese restaurant syndrome gambit has been way overblown. Unfortunately, this again is a demonstration that people often make scientific decisions not based on fact, but on emotion. And that for today is our Cup of Joe.